And the Holy Spirit just now sent the message to furthermore answer the question about us working. The reason why we have to work is because of that birth certificate. You see, when we sign those birth certificate, our parents, every time a parent did it, we were signing over our children to the government. This is why the government don't get no karma for all of that trafficking of people. You see? Because we willingly did that. Ooh, every time. Calm down, Daphne. Every time I start getting information from the spiritual realm, it always goes back to the seed from the church. You see? It's something how we finding this out. And even in these times, people are finding out all of the information. But you don't see no goddamn pastors blowing up that web. And you certainly don't hear it in the church. Because if they was talking something new in the church, them damn benches would fill up. And you would hear that talk out in the streets. That the pastor didn't confess that they didn't know, or they didn't confess to lying and please forgive them, or whatever the case may be. If a pastor was telling the truth now, you would hear it. Them streets would be talking. But they still ain't talking. They still talking about the Bible days. And will a man rob God? Yet he have robbed him. And so I get triggered by that, because had they not sold us out, once they knew what the pink man was up to, because all of them got to know what the pink man up to. Because if they don't, they gonna get karma. You understand? So they knew what was going on. And they was willing to call itself teaching us, but teaching us the wrong way. It was for us, individually, to know better, to do better. Every individual have a free will and free choice to choose. We don't get to sit here and say we need the government to change. We want the government to change because they got free will and free choice too. We have to know better. We have to do better. And that's why I have this rebellious spirit. Because anything that goes against the way I feel in my spirit, I stands up for it. I stand in it. You see? I don't let nobody persuade me to do nothing that I don't want to do. So again, our birth certificates are the cause that we work in, because we were signed over to the government with the fictitious name. Capitalize, all letters mean they capitalizing off of us. You see? The birth certificate. You see? They certify that the parents, they renting. You see, the parents are renting their own children, but the government own the children because they sign a birth certificate. And until we do they got people out there that know about all this stuff, because I'm watching this lady right now talk about it. We have to stop it. I get so angry. Stop watching Hollywood. Stop going to football games, basketball games, baseball games, concerts, because those are the things that's keeping us trapped. We got to learn new stuff. We're not going to just get out of this here because y'all think some miraculous Jesus coming from no clouds. We got to know thyself and understand that we free sovereign being. That's why I tell y'all, I speak my truth wherever I go. And if they run me off this job, Daphne Tina Turner gonna go on about her business, because when one door closed, another one will open. But everybody not willing to do that. Everybody don't want to go with the flow of life. Everybody wants to have it easy. But too much is gained, much gonna be required. You gonna have to do something you never done to get something you never had. And what I'm looking for is elevate your mind, open up your heart chakra. That's what I'm trying to do. Elevate my mind. And I done opened my heart chakra. So we got to elevate our mind and open up our heart chakra. And then we can start to come together, because we all are rising in consciousness and coming from under the spell that they put us under. The spell is the way that they taught us. The spell is the things that they gave us. The spell is the narrative that they projected is the be all, end all. That's what the spell is. So you got to break the spell by doing something else, saying something else, going somewhere else. Change brings an opportunity. And if we don't change, we cannot grow. That's why I got on this truck when that job bus driving come here talking about, yes, I got to wear a mask, and we don't care you having panic attacks. Do what we said do. And I said, no, thank you. Get somebody else to do that. And I was afraid. And I cried by even telling it to him I was crying, because I was afraid of the unknown. But guess what? I told it to him. And you got to go through something to get rid of that spirit of fear, because that was the beginning of getting rid of fear and trusting in the unknown source of all there is. So that's what I mean when I say you got to go through something to shift you in your nature. You got to change. You can't keep doing what you're doing and getting something different. If you're doing what you're doing, you're going to get what you got. But if you do something different, you're going to get something different. So again, different don't always mean something physical. Different sometimes mean spiritual. So I have a spiritual awareness. I have a spiritual connection. See, I have spiritual growth, spiritual elevation. See? And those things are more important than gaining the thing. What is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Because we not taking nothing from this world that we gaining. But we certainly leaving out of here. Soul and spirit. That's what's going back to the source. So work on your soul. Elevate your mind and open up your heart chakra. The birth certificate, like I said, they got people teaching these things, how to undo the fictitious name, how to speak, because of their laws goes against our Constitution. And that's why the courts are set up in place, because the courts is just like a court, a basketball court, a tennis court. You see what I'm saying? They made these laws up. Those laws that they made up goes with their fictitious cooperation. It doesn't go with us being a human, blood human. It goes with a straw man, those laws. And so every time we go into court, we think it mean what we think it mean, but all the while, it doesn't, because of the words and the wordplay. So we have to relearn, y'all, and they got a lot of people out there teaching things. That's why I'm telling y'all, stop. I wanted to curse. Fooling around, that ain't the word, with stuff that's not helping you elevate your mind and open up your heart chakra. Find things that is teaching you the new way of living. And if it means leaving a damn job, leave it. And learning to live with less, learn to live with less. If it means getting out of these goddamn relationships y'all find yourself in that's toxic, get the hell out of the relationship, because as long as you're in it, they are the ones who robbing you of what you're supposed to experience in this lifetime. See, we got to change our mind frame. You understand? In order to grow. So I just wanted to come back and say that. I hope you understand, whoever find this message when you find it. I hope you understand we have to work because we're under this fictitious name. But when we're willing to work, but when somebody come for us and we don't send for them on a job, we have to have the courage to say, no, thank you. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. And if they don't like it, leave their job. And guess what? A lot of jobs going to start fucking, somebody got a dirty mouth, dissolving, because people not taking that crap anymore. They're willing to trust the unknown source, the universe, to give them their life experiences, instead of putting trust in these jobs that's siphoning our energy and we get nothing but hard time and a short way to get to it. We have to trust in the unknown source for our experiences in this life. We trust in man. That's why we get what we getting, the short end of the stick. So I hope this helps somebody, because it helps me when I go back and look at it, And again, it looked like it's snowing again outside, so I'm kind of, up doing videos.